sports, yeah. We got all the sorts, yeah. You know that we fly, ain't talking about no torch. And we talking about them hoopers that hoop in that court. And we get straight to business, I get them reps like it's tennis, yeah. They come to the sports, we a menace, yeah. Feel like we in the pool, go swimming, yeah. I'm on the beat, I took off. Let the game talk, don't need a look off. I run off on the interview football. Yeah, then you ain't that look off. We get green like bait, we poking that babe, no it's big South K. They talking about what's and you know they go crazy. And I'm feeling like Trey, I pull up for the trade, yeah.
Welcome to Tiger Town Podcast. I'm Cam.
I'm Talia.
And you can find this show on all podcast platforms. Remember to like, share, and comment 5-star rating.
So now for our Tiger Town sports recap. On January 27th, the Lady Tigers secured a thrilling victory against South Florence Bruins, extending their winning streak to 3 games. In a high-stakes match, they reached overtime. Ariana Johnson and Zoe Miller, both with 17 points, earned the title of Players of the Game. Zoe's crucial three-pointer and Johnson's stellar performance fueled the Lady Tigers' success. Despite the Bruins' resilient efforts, the Tigers emerged victorious. The crowd's great energy fueled that intensity, marking this win with the Lady Tigers' most intense and significant of the season. With the 6-1 record, they maintained their second-place standing.
On January 30th, the boys took on the Knights, beating them 66-37. The Tigers are now 8-0 in the region, having a chance to sweep the whole region undefeated. With 2 games left, Tristan Thompson with the outstanding game with 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists, along with Keith Small having 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals.
On January 26th, the Tigers showcased their dominance, securing a thrilling 64-61 victory over the South Florence Bruins, the boys. This win extended their impeccable region record to 7-0 and marked with an impressive 10-game winning streak. Tristan Thompson's stellar performance earned him Player of the Game title, contributing 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Keith Small's 13 points added to the Tigers' dynamic offensive display. While facing defensive challenges against the Bruins, the Tigers capitalized on their opponents' fouls. The 2-0 sweep highlights the team's ability to rise to the challenges, emphasizing consistency and resilience. Sorry. Go ahead, Cam.
Last Friday, the Tigers dominated the individual region tournament, conquering rivals like South Florence and Myrtle Beach. Michaela Coleman made history as Wilson's first female lower state champion. Tyrese Mungo secured a top spot in the 215 category for weight, marking the wrestling's program region title. Cameron Esau at 120 weight claimed a good 4th place win, and Curtis Esau excelled in the 126 category. The victory is a significant milestone for the Tigers, representing their first title since the program and showcasing dedication and hard work.
Tomorrow, both girls and boys varsity basketball teams embark on the crucial regional game in Myrtle Beach. The boys currently dominating with an impressive 8-0 record, holding the top spot, while the girls have 7-1 standing, secure a strong second place in the region.
All right, and now it's time for our special guest, Dr. Robinson. How are you doing today, Dr. Robinson?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me here.
All right, so
go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, we're going to start off with some icebreaker questions, or what we like to call the Fab Five. And the first question is, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Wow. It's kind of a tie. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so Star Wars, and between Star Wars and the Godfather trilogy.
I've never heard of the Godfather trilogy.
No, my mom watches it.
You got to watch the Godfather.
Every weekend it comes on, and she watches it every weekend.
I do, yeah. I don't know. It sounds like not calling you old, but it sounds like an old person movie.
Okay, bouncing off of that, who's your favorite actor?
My favorite actor
or actress?
Again, it's kind of a tie between Denzel Washington.
I knew Denzel was coming.
And Halle Berry. I'm in love with Halle Berry.
Okay, like everyone says Denzel though. I don't know.
Okay, well that must mean it's true. That he's a good actor. Who's your favorite actor? I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know either. I think that's with our generation. We don't know, and then like their generation is like Denzel.
Because we don't watch a lot of like TV and movies because we be on TikTok.
Well, Denzel's still relevant.
He's still being stuff.
I mean, yeah, sometimes.
Oh, anyways.
All right, so now on to music. What's your favorite genre of music?
R&B and hip hop.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, me too. What's your favorite cereal?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops are good.
Do you like the ones with marshmallows in it or no marshmallows?
And I don't like milk. I don't like milk in my cereal.
Okay,
so I do that sometimes too, but Fruit Loops has marshmallows in it. Wait,
yeah, it's like a marshmallow one, and they have like.
I'm thinking about
that one's better than.
I was thinking about Lucky Charms. I did not know Fruit Loops had marshmallows in them. Okay.
All right. So, what's your favorite type of food?
Probably any type of pasta, shrimp. I eat that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Pasta
Yeah,
is good,
my
especially
dad
going to
told
Olive Garden.
you love Olive Garden. That's all he talks about. My dad said he was gonna give me some shrimp yesterday from this like food truck that parts of his business. He didn't bring me none. I got home from practice. I was just sad.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that's it for that.
yeah. So now we're gonna talk about like you, like as a person. So first, to start off, where were you born?
I was born here in Florence, South Carolina, a
And
long
what?
time ago.
Something I did not know. Like I honestly thought he was from out of town.
From Florence, South Carolina, but I actually graduated from that other street on other school on Irby Street.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we
well,
don't
that
like
just
them on
gave us our
here.
next
Yeah,
question:
I'm
which
about to
high school
say.
you attended?
I graduated from South Florence High School.
That's such an
in
embarrassment.
1990.
Oh, why
Long
would you
time
say
ago.
that's embarrassing?
Like that's such an embarrassment. Like, why? Who goes to South Florence?
And a lot of people go to South Florence. Okay, did you play any sports in high school?
No, I was
Oh.
a nerd. I actually played on band. My brother's the athlete. But, I was a nerd.
There's nothing wrong with that. He's kind of a nerd. He just
I'm
also plays
I'm
basketball.
a mathlete. That's what they call it. A mathlete. Like
That's the only
math.
topic you're really good at.
No, I'm better at science than I am math. But like that's what they call it, a mathlete.
Oh, okay. Anyways, what college did you attend?
I attended University of South Carolina.
Smart.
Yeah, let's go Gamecocks. All right, what did you major in college?
I have a BS degree in biology.
You know what's funny? I was gonna major in biology, but now I think I'm gonna change it to exercise science because like
Yeah, we just talked about it the other day.
yeah, that was like a huge
because
conversation.
that's my major.
Long story. Really, biology wasn't my first major. It was pharmacy. But I went up to South Carolina, did too much partying. Made this class called organic chemistry, and it makes a man or a woman out of anybody trouble. So I had to divert and change my major, but it all worked out for the best.
Why did you choose to go to South Carolina?
You know, it was one of I always was a big fan of the Gamecocks growing up, even though they really had a trashy football team back then. But I always liked the Gamecocks, and some of my good friends went to school up there. So I said I'd give it a try.
Okay. And so we obviously know that you didn't play any sports in high school. So apparently you didn't play any in college either.
Did you do band in college?
No, I didn't. I tried to focus on my studies.
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
And do you have any kids?
I do. My daughter Hayden goes to Williams Middle School. She plays basketball. She got all the athletics from her mother. Her mom played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little athlete over at Williams.
All right. So getting more into like your work side, who inspired you to go into education?
I kind of fell into education because again, my first major was pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, you know what? I get a degree in biology. I knew I didn't want to go to medical school. And I said, you know what? I'll just teach. It's easy. Little did I know what I was getting into. When I became a teacher, it's one of the most challenging jobs I ever had, but it's very rewarding. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with education, but inspiring me to be a principal, I would say one of my biggest mentors is Dr. Allie E. Brooks. He used to be principal here.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up down the street from him, and I learned a lot from him, just observing him. He's one of my biggest motivators. I get a lot of inspiration from him. So Dr. Brooks is a good mentor.
On the side note, you do kind of sound like a pharmacist. Like when you go get your like when you go get your thing from Walmart and they tell you like the aspiration and like all that, what you're supposed to take a day.
Right.
Like
So I'm assuming that he's the reason you didn't go back to teach from the high school you graduated from. You came to Wilson because of him.
Well, actually, I started out when I actually taught 7th grade middle school for like 10 years. I taught 1 year over at Williams Middle School. I actually remember your mom when she was in middle school.
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I didn't teach
well, you
her,
might
I
have seen
saw
her, yeah.
yeah. But I taught middle school, and I actually was an elementary school principal for 10 years in a little small town in South Carolina called Hampton, South Carolina. I was a principal there. Again, I'm from Florence. This job came open, and I applied. I always wanted to say, well, you know, I don't want to say 30 years from now I shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied and went out on a leap of faith. I got the job, and I've been here the past 12 years.
I love that little leap of faith, and it ended
Yeah.
up being something good.
Inspirational. All right, that's my thought. Okay, how would you describe your leadership style?
Very democratic. I'm not authoritative. I can't say authoritative type person. I'm not going to lay my fist down and say it's my way or the highway. I have a very good administrative staff, all of my assistant principals, and including Mr. Sims and my counselors, Ms. Plowden. I rely on them for advice. Ultimately, I have to make the final decision as the leader, but I listen to them, and they may not agree with me all the time, but they're going to support me too.
In your time being a principal, what have been some of the biggest challenges you've had to face?
The biggest challenge is motivating students, getting students to understand there's life outside of school, that when you graduate 10, 12 years from now, you need to be prepared. A challenge is always when we lose a student. Unfortunately, over the past 12 years, I've had to bury a lot of students.
That is a big challenge.
I see them incarcerated. That's always a pain to me. It haunts me now. So I would say those are the biggest challenges.
Yeah. What are some unique qualities or strengths that you see about Wilson?
The biggest strength is our community and our support outside of school, our alumni, or our family atmosphere. You can go any place in this city and you find something Wilson. I've been in all over the state, and I can wear my Wilson shirt and they'll notice me. I've literally was in Jamaica sitting in the airport, and I had a Wilson shirt on.
Mhm.
I said, I know where that's at. That's in South Carolina.
Yeah, that's kind of
So
crazy.
we're worldwide known. So I think our family and our community support, I think that's very unique about Wilson. There's not too many schools in the world like that.
I had to do my rotation at the hospital, and they asked me what school I went to. I said Wilson, and one of the doctors, they said, "Oh, he bleeds purple and gold. He went to Wilson too." So that's always funny. Sorry. In your own, maybe that was that. Did you say that the vision you had for Wilson when you first got here is something that you can agree that you have completed or been completing?
Well, my vision is always to prepare students for life, whether they're going to college, military, the workforce. I want to raise good men and women to be supportive of our community and the state and the country. So it's always evolving. I tell everybody I make a good living as a principal, but my joy is seeing one of my former students out in the real world, being that doctor, being that lawyer, being that policeman. When I walk down, I may not remember all of them, but when they speak to me and I see they're doing good, that makes me feel good. So my vision is always prepare you guys for the future.
Got you. And with you saying like your vision preparing us for the future, what is probably one of your most positive stories or like successful outcomes you had since being here, Wilson?
Wow, that's a good one. I can't call names because I don't want to bring people out, but there was a student here that really gave us a hard time. And he graduated several years ago. And I ran into him in the community recently. And I was very hard on him, but I had to be. But when he saw me, he hugged me. And that made me feel real good because I think I influenced him to be positive. And he's very successful now. So that was a I got you aha moment. So if I can do that 100 more times, I'll be successful.
What is your favorite saying?
Wow. I gotta ask my wife that one. Oh wow, my favorite saying is wow, that's a good one. I don't know if I can say my favorite statement on here.
All right, we're gonna give you time to think about it. Let's go. We're gonna come back. So, like, what is some of your future goals or plans for Wilson or yourself? Because, like, you never know. You may be about to retire.
Well, my time is coming short to it. I'm getting up in age. I want to do this job as long as I'm capable and I have the energy to do it. But I want to take Wilson High School into the future, and I think we're doing things like that, like this class you're in, this podcast. I want us to be on the cutting edge of everything, whether it be in the arts, athletics, or academics. Take us into the future.
What has been the biggest challenge you've had to overcome?
Again, going back to motivating students. I think students, you guys, this generation, I think it's hard to motivate because things are a lot easier. I'm not that much older than some of you, but we didn't have it as easy. Like we didn't have those cell phones and those computers. And the world was much bigger. By meaning that you can just pick up your cell phone and talk to somebody in California or in Taiwan. We couldn't do that. So getting young people to maintain a strong work ethic, come to school on time, do all your work. So I think motivating students to be successful now and prepare yourself for the future.
When you're, let's say, like just a typical life of Dr. Robinson, like what do you like to do outside of like not being principal?
I like spending time with my family. I have a beautiful wife and daughter. I got a little dog, Oreo. Shout out to Oreo. I like relaxing, listening to music. Most people don't understand. I'm in my truck. I turn my music up full blast like you do. I like listening to music. I like reading or listening to books. Anything to bring the stress down a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that is a lot of kids. You do have a lot of stress. Like it's a lot of kids you have to watch over.
It's not the kids. I tell everybody, even though it's hard, like I said, I want to motivate you guys. I have most of my problems with the adults.
Okay, I can see that too.
Like when he comes to our senior meetings, we've only had 2, but all the stuff he's saying now, that's how he is about our futures and stuff. Like I know that the seniors, because people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I remember. Okay, I knew Dr. Robinson for like a good minute because he like my mom worked here. But my first okay, this is Dr. Robinson real moment was my 9th grade year, and like we were the reason that we weren't having pep rallies. So it was like all 9th graders come down to the auditorium, and like this is the first time I ever like seen Dr. Robinson not really yell, but like he was like mad. He was like, y'all are the reason we're not having these pep rallies. So we were all looking like we got to get ourselves together because like we're not having fun like because of them. Like low-key 9th grade was still like the best year. Down.
Yeah, y'all were bad though, because our class was small, so we wasn't really doing nothing, and it was always y'all.
Well, in fairness, all 9th graders are little rambunctious.
Yeah,
something magically happens when you guys go from 10th to 11th, it clicks, and then it starts to go up, get better there.
And to be fair, we were basically 9th graders too because we missed our 9th grade year, so you had 2 classes of 9th graders that did not know how to act.
That was kind of true.
So that was rough. Okay, so if you were famous for anything other than education, what would it be?
If I could pick anything,
yeah, like anything.
Yeah. I told you I was a nerd, so I wish I could shoot the ball like you. If I could shoot the ball like you, my one dream in life is to be able to dunk the ball. I never could do it. My brother could, but I never could do it.
I want to dunk too.
That's so random.
He said he wanted to be able to dunk. I think it'd be cool. Okay.
So, lastly, like, is there anything you would like to like say to like the Tiger community or like the people who watch?
Just thank you. You've been supportive over the 12 years that I've been here, and we've been in existence. I always say this since 1866. I want everybody to think about that. 1866 when we were founded, and we've been standing since then, and I think we'll stand another 200 years. So thank you to everybody to support us, and we appreciate you.
Well, thank you for your time. Do you have any shout outs other than Oreo?
That's it. Oreo's my dog.
I want to shout out my dog Pudding then.
I don't have a dog.
Okay, Cam, blame.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us this week on Tiger Town Podcast. Remember, you can find us on all podcast platforms. Until next time, I'm Cam.
I'm Talia, and we are out. Cam, you took my...